The sound of an elderly woman's footsteps as she climbs onto the stage, then raw applause fills the room, then her sharp voice cuts through, "We are not criminals," and suddenly, silence. The kind of silence reserved for a 96-year-old woman who has earned it. Imagine this scene that shook California on its primary election night. Inside the studios of MSNBC stood Dolores Huerta, a labor rights icon, the woman who stood beside Cesar Chavez 6 decades ago, the woman who was jailed, beaten, and nearly lost her life fighting for immigrant rights. She looked straight into the camera with piercing eyes and cried out the words that became the headline of the week, "We are not criminals." She meant the immigrant community, millions of Latinos who build the American economy, people whom Trump's policies have forced to live under constant fear of deportation. This was not just another interview. This was a declaration of resistance from a woman in her 90s who has never surrendered. Today, we tell the story behind that cry and how California's battle became more than just an election. In 1962, Dolores Huerta co-founded the United Farm Workers with Cesar Chavez. She led historic strikes in the grape fields. She was arrested several times. In 1988, she nearly lost her life during a peaceful protest when San Francisco police struck her with a baton. In 2012, President Obama awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. And today, in 2026, at 96 years old, she does not simply walk onto the stage. She rises as if declaring war. She does not speak softly. She shouts, "We are not criminals." That is Huerta's legacy, a woman who never learned how to give up. On the night of June 2nd, California's primary election night, Huerta sat down with MSNBC correspondent Jacob Soboroff. He asked her about her support for Democratic candidate Xavier Becerra. She smiled and said, "Because his story is the story of every person in our community." Then she erupted. "We are not criminals," she said. "We are the ones who build this country. We are the ones who grow your food. We are the ones who clean your homes. We are the ones who care for your elderly parents." She accused the Trump administration of trying to destroy the social fabric and of spreading terror in the hearts of working families. Then she went even further. She described Trump's policies as fascist, saying they deliberately target communities of color, especially people of Mexican origin, to satisfy his political base. These were not passing political remarks. They were direct accusations from a national icon. Why was the night of June 2nd so critical? Because California's race for governor was open for the first time in a quarter century without a clear frontrunner. California is the largest state economy in America and the 5th largest economy in the world. A victory by a Trump-backed candidate would be a disaster for Democrats. 3 major candidates were competing. Xavier Becerra, the son of Mexican immigrants, a former health secretary under Biden, and the candidate backed by Huerta, Tom Steyer, the Democratic billionaire who spent millions of dollars. Steve Hilton, the Republican media commentator personally endorsed by Trump. The nightmare scenario for Democrats. 2 Republicans advancing to the second round. In this charged atmosphere, Dolores Huerta stepped in to deliver her message. This election is not merely about choosing a governor. It is a battle against Trump's policies, and whichever Democrat wins must become a wall of resistance against Washington. Huerta did not speak only about morality. She spoke about daily suffering. First, deportation policies. Homeland Security Secretary Miller openly said the goal was to encourage immigrants to leave voluntarily. How was that done? Migrant workers with legal status were fired from their jobs at Boston Airport. Immigrants were denied medical care and tax relief. Thousands were held in detention centers suffering from spoiled food and overcrowding. The result? Nearly 2 million immigrants have left the United States voluntarily since the start of Trump's second term. Gas prices in California have exceeded $6 per gallon. Polls showed that 48% of San Diego residents consider the cost of living their top concern. Huerta connects the two issues. She says high gas prices are a direct result of Trump's war in the Gulf, and that fear of deportation is being used to distract people from the real problems. Dolores Huerta is 96 years old. She has no fortune to fund a campaign. She owns no media network. All she has is her voice, her history, and the love of millions of workers she fought for. On election night, she used that voice to say, "We are not criminals." These words are not merely a response to Trump. They are a reminder that the immigrants who build this country are human beings who deserve dignity. They are not deportation numbers. They are fathers and mothers, workers and farmers, doctors and nurses, students and children. In California, voters are trying to send a message to Washington. We are tired of fear. We are tired of being fired because of our roots. We are tired of sky-high gas prices. And we are tired of a president who says he doesn't think about the financial situation of Americans. Dolores Huerta has lived to see 6 presidents. She has fought racism and poverty since the grape fields of the 1960s. And today, she is still leading the fight. She is still saying, we are not criminals. And the question hanging over this night remains, will anyone listen to her cry before it is too late? Write your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive all our new videos. See you in the next video.